Hey, what's up, carnivores? Zach here with American Smoke, and today we're out here on a very brisk, cold day about to cook some delicious spare ribs on our Pit Boss Vertical. Today we're going to be doing a taste test of a seasoning that I have really been liking lately, Lane's BBQ Spellbound. We're going to see how this does on pork. I reached out to the people over at Lane's BBQ and I asked them what would be the #1 seasoning that you would recommend for your ribs, and it was a quick response: Spellbound. And so we're going to give that a shot today. We're going to be coupling that with also a second recommendation that they made, their Pineapple Chipotle BBQ Sauce. So I put some of this on some chicken the other day, and you've probably already seen the video of me cooking the Spellbound chicken quarters. If you haven't, make sure you check out that down below. But we're about to see just how spellbound we can make these spare ribs over here. All I did was trim them up lightly just to get rid of some of the super thin meat. Pull it off the membrane. Douse them in mustard. Put a little bit of Kinder's to blend on it because that's how I like to do my ribs. I like to have that salt, pepper, garlic on there no matter what seasoning I'm putting on. And then went heavy with the Spellbound. So I'm expecting a very good result. We've been letting the seasoning sweat on here for about 15 minutes. I've got the Pit Boss cranked up to 250 degrees with a pellet tube in there, burning mesquite pellets. So all of that combined, I'm sure, is gonna have me almost in a food coma by the end of the day. Let's go ahead and get these ribs into the smoke. We're gonna be cooking my patented 4-1-30 method. If you've never seen my 4-1-30 method, I've got at least one other video out right now. 4 hours in the smoke, 1 hour wrapped up in paper just to soften things up slightly, and then 30 minutes to set the sauce. It's gonna be fine. Let's go ahead and get these ribs into the smoke. Lane Spellbound, baby. You can't go wrong. If y'all aren't bunching your ribs up when you put them into your pellet smoker, make sure you do that. Just take them and kind of press in from the end. It's gonna make the meat in between the bones fatten up a little bit, crunch up a little bit, and make you have a thicker looking finished product, as opposed to if it's stretched out, it's just gonna seem thinner and a little less meaty. There's a little tip for you. Also, I don't know if y'all are doing this or not, but make sure that you season up your trimmings and give them to your dog or cat, whatever you got, llama, I don't know what you got, but season them up. Man, throwing them in the garbage is such a waste. Somebody should eat them, right? All right, so we'll be back out here to check on them in a little while, spritz them down with a little apple cider vinegar, but it's gonna be 4 hours in the smoke. Let's go ahead and get these babies out for a wrap. They've been in there for a little over 4 hours now. So let's go ahead and put them in some paper. They feel really good. Got a nice ply to them right already off the bat. If you're looking for gloves, these are good ones for handling really hot stuff. They're not great for handling little small things, but I'll leave a link to these below so you can check them out. Our ribs look great so far. Unbelievable color, really and truly. Matter of fact, I'm soloing today without a cameraman, so I know you're probably curious, what do those look like at that 4 hour mark? Just beautiful. Really good pullback already on those bones. It's gonna just look and feel fantastic once we pull it out at the 1 hour mark. And really all I'm gonna do, flip these like this towards one side of the paper, and I'm gonna cut up some pieces of butter. I know a lot of people do a lot of brown sugar and honey and hot sauce and all seasonings and all this different stuff. I already put a ton of seasoning on these ribs, and I like the way pork tastes, to be honest with you. Not saying I'm not gonna put some barbecue sauce on it at the end, which is another reason I don't get too heavy into all the sweet additional sauces and rubs. Probably best that remains a competition cooker thing. I just have done that, and what I ended up with was a overly sweet, mushy product at the end of the cook. Maybe that's what you like. I don't know. If that's what you like, smoke on, bro. Smoke on, my friends. Now I got meat side down in the butter, ready to go back into the smoker, and we're gonna go for an hour with the meat steaming in that buttery steam. Is there anything better sounding than buttery steam? I don't know, maybe the ribs that are gonna come as a product of the buttery steam. I don't know, but let's get them in back in there and we'll be ready to rock and roll. It is at this point in time that I'm gonna pull my dog treats. I promise you my dog will not be upset about this. Ooh, that's gonna be good. Might have to steal one. All right, we'll be back out here in an hour. The ribs have been wrapped in the paper with the butter for about an hour now. We're gonna just pull them from the paper, and then we're gonna put some of this awesome Pineapple Chipotle BBQ sauce. Took the lid off a while ago, and the little piece of paper that seals it, I took that off and gave it a lick. Man, it's good. Starts off sweet, and it's got a real kick that kicks in right after that. So, a little spice. It's gonna be a fine sauce to tack up on these ribs. Let's go ahead and get them out, get them sauce. That way we can dig in ASAP. Ooh, man, those look good. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That looks delicious. Now I'm just gonna tack these up with some sauce. Not gonna go heavy with the sauce. Plenty of flavor already there. And y'all can do however you like. I really only sauce the top of my ribs. That's where the meat is. And it actually is not a super thick sauce anyway. Typically, with some of the sauces that I get, I have to water it down with a little apple cider vinegar or something like that, orange juice or something. And for this, I'm not gonna have to do that at all. Just wanna go over it and make sure that you got a nice even coat. That looks perfect. Let's go ahead and have a look at these things. They look fantastic. Now all we gotta do is set that sauce and let them rest for just a minute, and it'll be time to throw down. And for any of you that were curious, yes, I did get into the dog treats. Almost too pretty to put back in there, if I'm being completely honest with you. You wanna make sure you get your hands underneath these things. They're usually gonna be pretty tender at this point, so. All right, so our sauce has been setting for at least 30 minutes now. It looks really tacky and muy delicioso. We're gonna go ahead, get them out, get them on the cutting board, and let them rest for a minute. I'm gonna cut these up outside tonight because my kitchen isn't necessarily what it should be because I'm at home alone with my girls since I went and picked them up at daycare, which sort of set me back on this video a little bit. So I apologize if I seem a little bit flustered, but it's a flustering kind of day. Thank God. At the end of the tunnel, there's ribs, right? That's why we do this, because life ain't easy and barbecue is delicious. Can I get an amen from my brothers and sisters out there cooking some barbecue today? Let me get an amen down in the comments below. Amen, Brother Zach, amen. Let's get these things out of here, have a look at them. Ooh, let's turn them right there where the bones is looking at y'all. Ooh, man. Those things are on point. Go ahead and get out my champions here. Got my Lane's BBQ Spellbound seasoning. We're just gonna go ahead and do a small sprinkle over the top of this while they cool. This is something I like to do. And it's a pretty fine rub. So I'm not putting it heavy, just lightly, just to give it that last little pop. Oh, it's gonna be so good. Then we got our Pineapple Chipotle BBQ sauce that's on there. And we're gonna give these about 8 to 10 minutes to cool off. Usually I would do 15 to 20, but since we're outside in the cold, we're gonna do about 8 to 10. So we'll see y'all here in just a little bit. Don't judge me if you find or see a bite out of them. Ooh wee! It's time. It's time. It's time. It's time. Oh my gosh. They look so good. They look so good. I cannot make myself lay these things meat side down because the sauce is going to stick to the cutting board. I just can't do it. I know that's what you're supposed to do so that you can see where the bones are. Oh. And guess what? Y'all get to meet the newest addition to the American smoke family. It's something that makes me a lot cooler than I used to be. I hope you all are ready to welcome my brand new Doll-Strung Shogun Series meat slicer. I just feel so much cooler. This thing is so cool. It just feels so good in the hand. It's weighted so perfectly, so shiny. Don't worry, I'm gonna be doing a full video on this knife after I've had some more experience with it. Y'all are here for my first meat cut with it. I am just overly excited to try it. I know a knife is a knife, but you know, this is a cool knife. So there's that. Oh, come on, Zach. Totally uncool. Look. We're just gonna cut it like this. So hard to cut those ribs from the top side. Ooh, man. Oh, oh. This one should work a little bit better. Oh, like butter, like butter. Oh my gosh. Time for the close-up. Can you see it? Can you see it? Man alive. Textures and the colors and the glistening of the melted fat. It's just perfect. Man, that knife did so good. I can't wait to do a review on it. Let's go ahead and see what the biz is on this bite. Man, pull them clean off the bone. Just the right amount of tug. Fat's just dripping. Sorry, y'all. It's been a long day. This is like comfort food for me right now. I'm pretty sure I got sauce all over my face. I'm glad I went with what the people from Lane's recommended. They said the Spellbound, that Pineapple Chipotle was gonna be bomb.com. Man, it is. The spiciness in that lingers. It takes a second to kick in, and then it hangs in there for a little while. I gotta cut another rib with this knife. Please let me miss the bone. And the barbecue gods shined upon him that day. That looks like a razor blade. I mean, I've never had an edge that clean on my ribs. Never. Love it so much. I feel so cool with my new knife. I'm gonna take some good pictures of this. Guys, this is it. This is it. So good. I gotta get another bite. Drippy, drippy, baby. Just dripping. Just shiny. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to hit that like button for me. The likes on YouTube are not like the likes on Facebook. I've said that before. That tells YouTube's algorithms that people like my content, so it shows it to more people. Helps me out a ton. Put a lot of work into these videos. Sure would appreciate y'all hitting that like button for me. If you enjoy this type of content, make sure you subscribe to my channel. If you decide to subscribe, make sure you hit the notification bell. That way you know every time I put out a video. Thank you for everybody that stuck around to the end of this video. I hope you learned something. I hope you try out some of this Lane's BBQ Spellbound seasoning, Pineapple Chipotle sauce. Man, it's gonna help you to have a good day. And that's kind of what they're in business for, is to help people eat good and have good days. I know that I'm going to be going back for more. Thank y'all so much, and we'll see y'all in the next video. Didn't think I was still with you, did you? Nope, nope, nope. No, I might be done. Well, I never have a napkin. Never. Important thing is to know where the bones are. I just could not disturb this sauce. So smooth. Oh, I love it so much. That's just plain old pretty right there.